Today, I'm going to be doing my first memory keeping spread of 2026, and I'm going to be doing it in my Hemlock and Oak horizontal planner. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and I want to welcome you back to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. And yes, I am going to be doing a lot of memory keeping this year, y'all. I have a lot of plans and a lot of different journals and planners and things like that to do my memory keeping in. And one of the ways I'm going to be doing it is in this Hemlock and Oak horizontal planner. I feel like this is going to be something that should work really well for me, especially as someone who struggles with figuring out what to memory keep every day. Like if I work all day and I don't do anything else, it's like, ooh, what do I memory keep? So this is just kind of help me focus on the small things. I also have a Hemlock and Oak daily planner that I'm capturing everything that I did that day schedule-wise, plus other kind of highlights of the day. So this is kind of being used in combination with that. However, if I run out of space in here, I also have a letter size journal that I have been using for the past few years. I say using very lightly because I'm probably maybe 10% into the journal, but it's been specifically used for like big events like concerts, birthdays, stuff like that. I want to use that more. So if I run out of space here, want to add more photos or something like that, I will use that as overflow. So that's kind of the rundown of how I plan on using this. Before I get started and chat about how I'm going to be doing things, because a lot of people talk about the difficulty in finding covers for Hemlock and Oaks, this is a cover that I got by accident. I ordered this cover in the B5 size from a shop on Etsy. I will have the information down in the description box. And it's a nice cover. It's really, really pretty, but it's not a B5. So I reached out to the seller. I sent them a message. I even included pictures with the ruler and stuff. I just wanted, because you never know if someone's trying to pull one over on you. So I wanted to let them know, hey, this doesn't match the size. And they were like, yeah, you're definitely right. So they told me to keep this and they were going to send me a replacement. So I haven't got tracking or anything for that yet. So, I will keep you guys updated. Basically, you will just see the same exact cover on my catch-all planner when it comes in. Fingers crossed. I have confidence that it'll be here. But this fits this pretty well. I think this is the A5 size. There is space here, but just like in my Jane's Agenda cover that I'm using for my daily planner, there's going to be a lot of space because a lot of these books, they make them for disc bound systems or even coil systems. So that's why there's extra space here. Usually for the bound ones, I find that most people use the clear covers. However, I want pockets. Pockets I'm finding is like an essential for a lot of my planners. That's really why I'm using covers to protect the actual cover of the planner, but also for the functionality of the pockets and not just for decorating. But like in this case, for keeping my pictures because I'm going to be putting pictures in this, guys. Yes, I am. So let's flip to the layout. Let's go ahead and take this out. I think it'll be fine in here, but I'm going to take it out for right now just because I'm going to have to still raise this side up when I use it. And it'll just be easier without the cover just because it's still early in the year. They're not even. But let's chat about what I'm going to do. So I have some photos. I did put stickers. They're not going to say workout. There's actual people in here, me and friends. But I didn't ask them if they were okay with me posting this on the internet. And because this is mainly for me, I just figured you will get the gist without seeing the photos. But I created this in Canva. There were Polaroids. They're just Polaroids. You'll see them better when I put a background on. And then I just merged my photo into the little Polaroid to actually make a Polaroid photo. And then I have just some random photos for the weeks. I have my planners because This was the first week of new planners. I have a spread that I created. It's like one of my favorite spreads when I did my word of the year, letter to myself spread. I'm putting that in here just to kind of signify, hey, this is how I spent my week, doing a lot of creative projects. And then I have some weights because I started restarted my workout journey. So those are the pictures that I'm going to use. Definitely did not do a picture a day, but I don't think I need to. I think I need to relax on that a little bit, start out slow. I'm going to be using stickers from the Seasonal Love sticker book, the January through June. I am an affiliate for Live Love Posh, so my discount code AGWP10, which I will pop up on the screen, will save you 10%. I wanted to use this sticker book in particular because there are some really cute florals, which is something I would probably use here versus any of the decorative ones. And there's washi strips, but there's also these half sheet stickers. By the way, even though these are kind of set for technically specific months, some of them are heavily themed. This is January. There's really not much in here that screams New Year. So you can kind of just flip through and use whatever one you want. But I kind of like this one. I like these. I did a lot of girls' nights. I feel like these are very feminine. So that's what we're going to do. So this is what I'm going to use to kind of help these pop a little bit off of the paper. So that's what I'm going to use there. I also have a stamp that you guys are probably also having difficulty seeing. I've never used this. I don't know if I'm going to use the 3 girls. We'll have to like play around and see if I have space. I might have space. I don't know yet. But there's also some like friend quotes here, like friends are the family you choose. Good friends cheaper than family. So I think like those 2 I'll probably use. Yeah, so I'm probably going to put some of those here too. I'm going to use both sides of the page. I'm going to do some journaling over here, but I think these photos may go over here and I might focus on my outings with friends over here. Yeah. So I wanted to film this because I'm kind of learning how to do this, and I figured let's just all go along. Let's just go on this journey together, guys. All right. So I want that corner, which means I would rip it from here. Do I want the polka dots? I want the florals. I think I want the polka dots. Watch me not have enough room. I think I want the polka dots because I think I'm going to use the florals. Like the florals, I might end up using some floral stickers. And I don't want too much floral. For some reason, I was drawn to the polka dots. So that's where we're going to go first. All right, this needs to be a little sharper. I like a sharp edge. Personal preference, personal preference. Obviously, when you're ripping paper like this, there is no like rules. All right. And like I said, this is not just my first time doing like a weekly memory keeping spread. I've done one when I traveled, and I've done some Go Wild spreads that I've shared on camera and stuff like that during the setup. But this is new to me. In addition to being new to me, I have never used this layout either. Now, I am familiar with the Hemlock and Oak. I used the daily last year. And I loved it. It was great. Highly recommend using it again. I'm also using the Hemlock and Oak vertical. All right. I don't really think I did anything on Sunday. So I'm going to like hide Sunday. Yeah, I didn't do anything on Sunday. So we really don't need to do anything. I still don't know what to do with this calendar. I'm running into the issue of just having a lot of calendars now because I'm using like planners for creative purposes. And my daily planner is where I'm going to be capturing like what I'm reading and what I'm watching each day. I figured that's probably the best place for it as far as just convenience. I think it would make sense in here as a memory keeper, but for convenience purposes, that is a planner that I hope to be in every day. Have not been in it every day. I should say I hope to be in it every other day. Have not been in it every other day. I think it's been 3 days, but it's been really busy with work. So yeah, that's why I put it in there. So I might not use the calendar. I don't think if I don't use it, it's fine. Okay. This, I might need to adjust my settings, my cut settings for my Cricut. This is on vinyl paper. Where's my X-Acto knife? That's not good. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I have it on the washi settings, and this paper might not be. It's not cutting all the way through. Just needs to be just a smidge. Just a smidge. Okay, so this was my. These are my Monday night dinner plans. I'm also going to capture it over here too, so I really don't have to write in it. And this is matte vinyl sticker paper. Oh my gosh, I can't get the little sticker scrap off me. This is, okay, I don't want to, okay, I feel like I need a sticker. I want that to pop, y'all. I want it to pop. Where were the florals? Oh, I only got one page of florals, y'all. I gotta be smart about this. Okay. Okay, that's stuck. Oh no. Okay, there we go. And I printed this out on my regular printer. So nothing special, just a regular inkjet printer. And it came out fine. The quality isn't great. I mean, it's not like something that, it's definitely not the same quality that you would get from like having your photos ordered, but the convenience is unmatched. You can see it like here, like the quality isn't like super great. This is fine, but with people, you can really tell. All right. Then do we want to do like that? I know with the stickers on the face, it does kind of make it difficult to kind of see get a full view of like what this is going to look like, but okay, I want one more sticker. Now this is going to get full because I'm planning on using a lot of stickers in here because I'm printing the actual pictures and stuff. I want to use pictures. I want this to be a journal that I use a lot of photos in. This is going to be pretty full. I don't love this anymore. Can I? Might have to put some background music on for you guys. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of moments that I'm just silent while I start thinking about stuff. I got to figure out like what I'm trying to do. Okay. Ooh, that is all under my shirt. Okay. we'll do that. So I have that. All right. There were a few boxes. But where are my quotes first? All right. I like this, but it's so much detail that I wouldn't even know. I do kind of like that. I don't know why. I kind of want it right here. I know I can't take that. I can put that sticker over here though. Let me, let's just do this. There we go. It gives it a little bit of a border, and then I can put this like over here. And let's put it up. Okay. So I can do good friends or like therapy there. I can put this here, but not have their arm, like her arm wouldn't, I wouldn't put her arm in there. Let's do a practice stamp. And I don't have any here, so we're going to do this. I'm more curious about the hair. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Just never know. You never know, guys. All right. This is going to be hard because it's right there on the crease, but we're just going to make it work, y'all. We are going to make it work. I'm going to use a Post-it or something to help cover up the areas I don't want it to get on. And when I said Post-it, I meant actual Post-it this time, guys. Actual Post-it. Basically, if you're new to my channel, I just say Post-it for every time I mean sticky note. All right. That wasn't going to get on there anyway. I just want to kind of make sure. Okay. Ha ha! I get really excited when I like successfully stamp something. And look, y'all, there's no ghosting. If I look really hard, I could see where it is. But this ink, this was from Cocoa Daisy. I got that in their mystery box. It does not ghost. Okay. Or bleed. Obviously, if it doesn't ghost, it doesn't bleed. Now, where are my wipes? Yes, I use baby wipes. That's probably not what you're supposed to do. But I know it's not what you're supposed to do. Okay. Stamping done. No, it's not. And now they're probably all stuck to the back of this. No, they're not. All right. I get excited, guys. I get excited when things work out. This was like the reason why I'm doing this entire page with my photos with friends and not really focusing on some of the other things is because this week was about connections. Like that was the goal. If you saw my like fitness and wellness kind of video where I was going through and sharing with you guys how I was using my planners and things like that for health and wellness, I mentioned that, you know, I wanted to, you know, eat right and stuff like that. But, you know, my friends, they were free and they wanted to meet up. And I am going to not let like meal plans and stuff like that stop me. I could be smart about some of my choices. I was, kind of. Okay. Ah, these stamps are good too. I got these from Temu. Like ages ago. I've never used them. I knew they were going to come in handy at some point. All right, there we go. I do want to use one of these. But, ooh, I want to use these. No, I feel like this has to go on the other side. I feel like this would be really, okay. So I just took this off the page. So I'm gonna put it on my desk and hope it doesn't like get ruined. First of all, I gotta hope I don't forget about it because I think they are so small, I can make some cool things on the other side. For this side, I don't want that because I have that already. Or do we want to just go ahead and do this? Let's do this. Let's just mix it up. Let's just mix it up. Now, if some reason this book gets incredibly thick, because of the, I mean, I'm using thin paper, so hopefully that will help with it. But I do have another one of these because I bought two. I can never just buy one. So yeah. All right, now I feel like I need to put this like up here. Just because to like bring it over. I'm gonna put it there because I think I'm gonna probably put a floral there. All right, I am gonna have to put date stickers on here. Functionally neutral, so that should work. Okay. All right, so how am I gonna do this? All right, so I definitely want this near the front. Basically, I'm putting these on the page, but they're not like for a specific time or like date or anything like that. They're just to tell the story. This is all about telling a story. So I'll put this here. And then we're gonna put the weights. I mean, I didn't even work out every day because I had a migraine, but I might put it on a day I had a migraine. I'll just write in there. Because I had a migraine on New Year's Eve, so I feel like I have to document that. And then I feel like I want something here. This is like way too plain. We're gonna put that under one part. Okay. And then I want a floral going around the other one. Then, this was New Year's, right? All right, so I have stickers here. I have day of the week stickers. I have date stickers. Big stickers. Maybe I do. All right, so I like it. I still think I want something here. I think I need a floral here. And I think what I'm going to do, let's do, okay. All right, right here, I think I'm going to put a box because I don't have anything for like Saturday and Sunday. We have reached the part of the video where I'm going to speed it up. And that is going to be because after I add these boxes, I'm going to start journaling. So I'm going to write some things down in pen. I'm going to stamp some things out. And then at the very end, I'm going to add a few more stickers to kind of fill in any of the gaps because again, I wanted this to be highly decorated. This is my first spread of the new year in this particular book. So I really, really wanted to cover everything up. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna let you watch the process. What I will do is I will come back in at the very end. I will go over everything with you guys, and then we'll wrap it up at that time. All right, guys, here we go. Final look. I'm not going to be adding anything else. This week is done. I'm excited to have shared my very first journaling spread for the new year and in this type of journal planner with you guys. This is how I plan on doing it. Just literally popping in one word, 2 words, 1 sentence for each day to kind of sum up the day. Like down here, I just said like end of my 2-week vacation, what I did for like the whole week. I kind of just summed up down here. That's how I'm planning on doing it. If I need to write more, there are other places for that. I have my daily planner that I'll show you. I'll show you a sneak peek of that in a minute. I also have regular journals and things of that nature. Plus, I could do a huge creative spread dedicated to that one event if I really want to journal more about it. This is just to kind of give a snapshot of what happened this week. I am kind of doing this in the style of Project Life, where people use the binder system with the pocket pages. People use other types of like things for those projects as well, but that's kind of what is most familiar when I see it. As I see the binder system with the page protectors, and a lot of times what people do is they use photos. They use decorative like journaling cards, ephemera. Sometimes they'll use blank journaling cards that they can write on, like a little bit of journaling for the whole week. So for that whole week, it might just be that much journaling for the week, and then everything else is told with a journaling card that has a quote on it, photos and things of that nature. That's kind of what I'm doing here. So this week I went a little bit heavy with the photos, my interpretation of heavy with the photos. But you know, there are going to be some weeks where maybe the memories are better told with words. So it might be an actual bigger journaling area over here. I think that's going to be rare, but it is possible. There might be other weeks where maybe happy mail is the highlight of the week. So where I focus on connections and the photos with my friends here, I might focus on doing like a junk journaling type spread to highlight all the happy mail that came in that week or something of that nature. So this is kind of how I wanted to do it, which is why I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm sure I'll figure out a different way, maybe like, you know, like right here, I have all of this in one area. So maybe I'll write the text first and then add this, the photos. I'll be playing around with that. But generally what I'm going to do is just have simple kind of rundowns of my day. As I mentioned, I have a daily planner, which is the Hemlock and Oak Daily. So for the first week, again, I was not working, so it's not very, very busy. So like here was New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. That's when it started. This is a 2025, so it started technically on New Year's Day in 2025, but now that I'm using it a year later, I get to start it on New Year's Eve. So kind of like what I wrote here, like here, I had a horrible migraine. That's what I put here. Then I kind of put some of the creative projects I worked on. I put my skincare routine in here. This is something I do want to capture in here at certain times, because like when I start a new, like I'm getting ready to run out of my day cream. So then I'll write when I start a new day cream, what it was, just to kind of, it's just information. It's just information I might want at a later time. Right now, it doesn't seem to make sense, but later on I might be like, I'm glad I wrote that down. Again, I obviously have the space. Like here, I start talking about trip planning has begun, everything like that. Here, trip planning. We made the reservation. We hadn't actually paid, but we made the reservation. So that kind of made it more real. We started looking at flights and stuff. I did do a stamp here that was a hot mess. It is a stamp I probably will not use anymore. That's why I was so concerned about the hair on the girls. That really messed it up. It bled everywhere. It went through here too. So I had to add some more stickers. So I ended up adding some Calva Plan stickers that were travel themed to put it on there. Saturday, you saw in my weekly, I combined Saturday and Sunday because I really didn't do anything but work on like planning stuff later around. It was really, really cold. Didn't really have anything to do. It was the end of my 2-week staycation. So I did a review of a book I finished Saturday morning. And that is fine. And I'm learning to do stuff like that in these journals. It doesn't have to be about what I did that day or life. It could be about anything. So yeah, I'm kind of learning. Only one weekend, but I'm kind of learning. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you started like some type of memory keeping or journaling, let me know how it's going. I hope it's going well for you, especially if you struggle like me. It's very hard. We're going to have to like hold each other accountable because, you know, we're a little bit more motivated at the beginning of the year. So we got to stay strong and keep that motivation going throughout the year. So yeah, I probably will have a few more videos on my channel featuring this particular journal, but I don't know how many. So like, let me know. Do you guys want to see more of this or what have you? I was thinking maybe one a month or something like that. So yeah, just let me know. All right, guys, that is it. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash that like button. And if you have yet to subscribe, I would really appreciate it if you would also hit that subscribe button as well. All right, guys, that is finally all I have for today. Although this is probably a lot shorter for you than it was for me. But I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.